Mansfield Prison, with its weathered stones and towering walls, stood as a monument to both despair and hope. Nestled in the heart of Ohio, it was more than just a facility for the incarcerated, it was a complex tapestry woven with the stories of those who walked its halls, guards, inmates, and families alike. This narrative explores the lives intertwined within its confines, shedding light on the human experience behind the prison's imposing facade. The architecture of isolation. Constructed in the late 19th century, Mansfield Prison was designed with a purpose. Its Gothic architecture, complete with turrets and iron bars, was meant to evoke a sense of foreboding. The layout was deliberate, the central hub allowed guards to monitor the wings efficiently, while the high walls served as a physical and psychological barrier between the inmates and the outside world. Inside, the prison was a labyrinth of cell blocks, each housing men who had fallen afoul of the law. The walls whispered tales of regret, anger, and redemption. Each cell held a story, each inmate a life interrupted. The starkness of their surroundings reflected the harsh realities of their existence, a daily reminder of choices made and paths taken. The inmate stories. Among the many inmates, one story stood out, that of Samuel Reed, a young man whose life had spiraled out of control. At 23, Sam was a product of his environment, having grown up in a neighborhood rife with crime and neglect. His childhood was marred by loss, his father had been incarcerated, and his mother struggled to make ends meet. Sam's descent into crime began with petty thefts, but soon escalated into more serious offenses. He found himself in Mansfield Prison after a botched robbery left a shopkeeper injured. The weight of his actions hung heavily upon him as he sat in his cell, contemplating the choices that had led him here. As he reflected on his life, Sam became aware of the other inmates around him. Each man had their own battles, some were hardened criminals, while others were merely victims of circumstance. It was within these walls that Sam began to understand the complexity of their stories, realizing that life outside the prison had often been more unforgiving than the confinement he now faced. The guards' perspective. While the inmates faced their demons, the prison guards navigated their own challenges. Officer Jane Thompson had been working at Mansfield for over a decade. She had seen the worst of humanity and, at times, the best. Jane approached her job with a sense of duty, determined to maintain order while also showing compassion to those under her watch. Every day, she walked the cell blocks, her footsteps echoing against the cold concrete. Jane had witnessed the transformation of many inmates, including Sam. She often caught glimpses of potential in the young man, a spark of hope that could ignite change. Her interactions with the inmates were not merely about enforcing rules, they were about understanding their humanity. One day, as Jane conducted her rounds, she noticed Sam sketching in the corner of his cell. Intrigued, she approached him, asking what he was drawing. Sam hesitated, then revealed a depiction of the world outside, the trees, the sky, the freedom he yearned for. Jane encouraged him, recognizing that art could be a powerful tool for expression and healing. The power of redemption. As months passed, Sam's sketches became more intricate and meaningful. They told stories of struggle, resilience, and hope. Jane saw how art transformed him, it became an outlet for his emotions and a way to connect with the world he had lost. Inspired by his progress, she organized an art program within the prison, allowing inmates to express themselves creatively. The initiative attracted other inmates, each bringing their own stories to life through art. The prison walls, once a symbol of confinement, began to resonate with creativity and connection. Sam found himself surrounded by a community of artists, each seeking redemption in their own way. Together, they supported one another, forging bonds that transcended their pasts. The families left behind. Outside the prison walls, families grappled with the absence of their loved ones. Sarah Reed, Sam's younger sister, felt the void left by her brother's incarceration. Their bond had been strong, they had shared dreams and aspirations. Now, Sarah faced the harsh reality of visiting her brother in a place that felt worlds apart. Each visit was a bittersweet reunion. The sterile environment, the guarded conversations, and the ever-present barriers reminded her of the life they once had. Yet, Sarah remained steadfast, determined to support Sam in his journey toward redemption. She listened intently as he shared his art, her heart swelling with pride and sorrow. Through letters and visits, they maintained their connection. Sarah became an advocate for prison reform, sharing her brother's story with the community. She believed in the power of second chances and sought to raise awareness about the importance of rehabilitation over punishment. The ripple effect. As the art program flourished, it began to attract attention from the outside world. Local artists and community members visited the prison, witnessing the creativity and transformation taking place within its walls. This newfound interest created a ripple effect, inspiring conversations about rehabilitation, mental health, and the importance of support systems for those reintegrating into society. Mansfield Prison, once a symbol of despair, had transformed into a beacon of hope. The narratives within its walls, of inmates like Sam, dedicated guards like Jane, and the families left behind, intertwined to create a powerful story of redemption. It served as a reminder that even in the darkest of places, light could be found through understanding, compassion, and creativity. As the sun set over the prison, casting long shadows across its stone walls, the echoes of laughter and art filled the air. The legacy of Mansfield Prison would not be defined solely by its past, but by the lives it touched and the transformations it inspired. In the end, it was not just a prison, it was a testament to the enduring human spirit and the possibility of change.